Good morning, afternoon, / whenever you're watching this 8th grade. Here we go. Let's get back into the driver's seat here. Let's watch ourselves. Let's do a little mathematical video. This first one, children, this first one is going to be a lot of kind of note-taking. I mean, it's nothing that's going to get real crazy hard, but it's just a bunch of definitions. So you're going to want to jot these things down. I'm going to want to take some notes on this. So this is going to be under, hold on a second, I guess under polynomials. So jot that down on your paper. Get yourself a nice piece of scrap paper. You're going to want this because this will definitely come up on quizzes, and really if you have the notes you can't go wrong on this. It's pretty simple, but it's a lot of definitions here. So first of all, under polynomials, let me get this a little bigger. Polynomials. I guess if you broke down the word polynomials, it probably means many terms, and that's kind of what we're talking about, the terms of an equation. If you have something that looks like this, well, let's just start with something that says 3x squared plus 4x plus 3. Okay, we've talked about this before. Polynomials are split up by addition and subtraction signs that are not parentheses. So this, we already know, this has what we call 3 terms. Okay, 3 terms. Now, if something just had 1 term, let's say it was just 4x, 1 term is called a monomial. Obviously, mono meaning 1. If it had something like this, if it was 3x squared plus 4x, it's a 2-term thing, but we have a special name for that, which is a binomial. And this one here that had the 3 terms there, yes, you guessed it, that is a trinomial. Okay, that is a trinomial. Okay, and then sometimes one of these things that the book teaches that you'll rarely hear, okay, is they will talk about degrees of polynomials and monomials. Degrees. Okay, first of all, let's look at a degree of a monomial. Okay, the degree of a monomial. Let's just pick 3x squared as my monomial. What degree is that? To find the degree of a monomial, you simply, don't get confused on this, you simply add the exponents of the variables together. Not of the numbers, but of the variables. So 3x squared has a degree of 2. Okay, it's a 2nd degree monomial. If it was 3x squared y to the 5th z, the degree of that monomial would be, you have a 2 here, plus the 5 there, giving you 7, plus the assumed 1 that's with any letter that doesn't have a number. So it is an 8th degree monomial. 8th degree. Again, please don't get confused. If by some chance you came across this where it was 5 squared x y z, the degree of that is just a 3rd degree monomial because you don't count the exponents of numbers. Okay, you only count the exponents of the letters, and that's 1 plus 1 plus 1. It's a third degree monomial. Okay, not to confuse you anymore, but polynomials also have degrees. So let's say I have this. Let's say I have 5x to the third y plus 3y squared z plus 2z cubed y to the fifth x to the second power. Now here's what we need to write down for this. Write this down. The degree, where do I want to write this? The degree of a polynomial, of a many-term thing like this, not a monomial, is equal to its highest degreed term. Give you a chance to finish writing that down. The degree of a polynomial is equal to its highest degreed term, which means this. You don't add up all of the exponents of all of the terms. You look at each term individually. This is to the fourth degree, 3 plus the 1. This is to the third degree, 2 plus 1. This term has a degree of 10. Okay, you look at each term, figure out its degree, and you pick the one that has the highest degree. The degree of all, this whole polynomial is a 10th degree polynomial. It is equal to its highest degreed term. Nothing more, nothing less. Equal to its highest degreed term. Let's do one more. So if you have this 15x squared plus 3x minus 8, your simple little trinomial, what is the degree of that trinomial? Well, this term has a degree of 2, this has a 1, this is no degree, so it is a second degree polynomial. Second degree polynomial. A couple other definitions that they give you. Let's see if I can come up. I'll just do it up here. The book shoots this out at you. Don't know why. They sometimes talk about what's called the leading coefficient. And the leading coefficient is just simply it's the number in front of the highest degreed term. The highest degree term. In other words, here, if I was going back to my original thing, since this x squared is the highest degree term, the leading coefficient of this polynomial is 3. Highest degree term, the number in front. Coefficient, ladies and gentlemen, just means numbers in front of whatever. Which also leads us to the last thing that they talk about in this section, and that is writing polynomials in standard form. In standard form, and what that simply means, ladies and gentlemen, is that you order the terms in with the highest degree first. The highest degree terms always come first. The highest degrees always come first. So that would mean if I went back to this term, this polynomial that I did down here, that would mean that I would have to write it with this one first. You'd have to go 2z cubed y to the 5th x squared first. Then the next highest degree term is 5x cubed y, and then the last term would be 3y squared z. So that would be in your standard form of a polynomial. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop right there. There's actually more to this lesson, but I'm going to do it in a different video. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm going to stop the recording now, if I can figure out how. Thanks for listening, kids.